Board of Trustees regular board meeting. Today is Wednesday, February the 15th. It is 5:30. We are at the Yeary boardroom. Roll call.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Juan Ramirez?
Here.
Mr. Guadalupe Gomez is not here. Ms. Veronica Orduño?
Present.
Mr. Ricardo Garza is here. Mr. Goyo Lopez?
Present.
Mr. Gil Martinez? And Mrs. Monica Garcia.
Present.
We have a quorum.
We can be rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, no, are we gonna
Oh,
do?
no, we're gonna do the
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Oops.
Sorry. Well,
We will
Ms.
defer
Castillo?
until the veterans celebration.
1, 2, yes.
Okay.
Good evening, honorable board members, Dr. Rios, and members of our audience. Tonight, the LISD Board of Trustees is pleased to recognize Mrs. Dinora Villarreal, who served with the United States Army for 21 years. Dinora is a graduate of Nixon High School, and she may be retired from the Army, but she continues making an impact in her community. ITV highlights her military career in this video tribute.
Tonight, Laredo ISD has the pleasure of recognizing Staff Sergeant Dinora Villarreal, a veteran of the United States Army. Dinora Villarreal graduated from Nixon High School in 1999. In the year 2000, she enlisted into the Army and she served our great country for the next 21 years. She shares with us why she made that decision.
It was a very difficult decision for me to make. I wanted to go active duty, and I knew, because that's what I knew, and I wanted to be able to feel proud, proud for myself. I wanted my son, to grow up and feel proud of me as well. I wanted my son to have, I wanted him to have a life that I didn't have. I thought being in the military was, it's like the greatest thing there is in the world. And yes, it is. It brings me so much pride to say I served.
She was deployed overseas during the Iraq War. She recalls a pretty scary moment that she lived through in Fallujah.
I was sent to Fallujah, which is a Marine base, and at that time, Fallujah was one of the areas that was, I'd say, one of the worst areas. You could hear motor rounds, you could hear, we were just centralized. And there was one occasion where a motor round hit really, really close. Well, it was inside the base. And from what we were told is that it landed about a block and a half away from where we were at. And I remember I was inside a tent and I was talking to one of the soldiers and I was giving him instructions on what had to be done. And just as I'm looking at him, and we're standing only a couple of feet from each other, and I'm telling him, and we're seeing eye to eye, and then all of a sudden you just hear loud noise. And all I remember is, how you can kind of see around you what everything else that's going on around you. I just remember seeing the tent, how it just went like a balloon, that was scary.
Staff Sergeant Villarreal shares with us how she thinks the military helped shape the person she is today.
The military has helped me become the woman that I am today. When I I first started the military, I started with one child. My son was 6 months old. And just the service itself and serving and being deployed, being able to come back, has helped me see life and appreciate life. It gives me the sense of wanting to help, getting involved. I am now part of an organization called the Black Widows. Our goal here is to help. We always say, okay, you signed up, you served, you wanted to be part of something bigger, you served your country, but what are you doing back at home? You know, so our goal here is to help the communities. It gives me a sense of purpose to be, to have been able to serve. Not only that, but it's helped me appreciate life even more and know that I went, I came back, and I'm here to serve my community.
Thank you, Dinora Villarreal. Laredo ISD salutes you and thanks you for your service to our great country.
Ms. Villarreal, we thank you for defending our liberties and for all the personal sacrifices you made for our country. At this time, I ask everyone to rise for the national anthem, which will be performed by the Cigarroa High School Mariachi under the direction of Mr. Servando Serna.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on as we watch were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glad, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much once again to the Cigarroa High School Mariachi. And thank you, Mr. Serna, for bringing your students. Ms. Villarreal, would you do us the honor of leading the Pledge of Allegiance?
My honor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Ms. Villarreal, I ask you to please join us up front for a special presentation by the LISD Board of Trustees. We would also like to welcome your family joining us tonight, and this includes your mom, Ms. Maria Olivo, and your children, Damian Isaías Maldonado, Emily Isabella Alvarado, Aiden Roel Alvarado Jr., and Roman Mason Alvarado. And we know that your husband is out of town working tonight, but we send him our greetings as well.
Ms. Villarreal, come in. Right there in the middle. Ms. Villarreal, thank you so much for serving our country. At LISD, we take honor in celebrating all who have served. But more importantly, we'd like to congratulate you because you served and you've become a big influence for your children and everybody in here. So continued blessings, and thank you for honoring us with your presence today on behalf of the 21,000 students here at LISD and all the administrators and everybody in here. Congratulations, and thank you so much for your service.
Thank you so much.
There you go. I think it's better that way, less?
I'm used to giving presentations, but I thank Mr. Quijano. Thank you so much for nominating me. Thank you so much, Ms. Castillo, for selecting me. You did an awesome job, an excellent job with the video. I was actually pretty nervous about doing the video and talking about my service, but honestly, I think over the past 20-some years, I've been able to manage my emotions, my anxiety, and it's just been wonderful. I love all the support that is. I had no idea you all did this, and I appreciate it very much on behalf of all my fellow veterans, and thank you.
Bring your family over here. Bring your family. Bring your kids.
Thank you once again, Ms. Villarreal. Ms. Monica Garcia, may I continue with special observances? Okay. Under special observances, we have Maria Teresa Benavides Hudson, who passed away on January the 22nd. She was a teacher and an assistant principal at J.C. Martin Elementary School. Later, she served as elementary supervisor in the central office. She retired in 1987 with 29 years of service to the district. Next, we have Mr. Marco Antonio Garcia, husband of our LISD board president, Ms. Monica Garcia. Mr. Garcia passed away on January 27th. Micaela M. Flores passed away on February the 1st. She was a teacher at Dikes Elementary School for 17 years, and she retired in 2008. So may we please have a moment of silence in memory of Ms. Benavides Hudson, Mr. Garcia, and Ms. Flores. Thank you. May I continue with board recognitions? Okay. Okay. I'm going to move on to board recognitions. Yes? Tonight, we are very proud to recognize some of LISD's and the state of Texas' most musically talented students. Our spelling bee champion, our chess tournament winners, Technology Expo winners, and a national championship cheerleading squad. Several LISD students recently claimed a victory at the Texas Music Educators Association Music Area Finals. The best high school band and choir students in Texas are ultimately selected to rehearse and perform during the annual TMEA Clinic and Convention. So first up, we are going to introduce Martin High School's two-time All-State winner, senior Nestor Holguin, who also attends the Trevino Magnet School. Nestor Holguin. And joining Nestor up here are from his band director, Mr. Bobby Castro, Principal Mario Mireles. We have Mr. Mauro Fred Rodriguez from the Fine Arts Department, our Assistant Superintendent for Student Services, Maggie Martinez, Ms. Hinojosa from the Trevino Magnet School, and the principal of the Magnet School, Mr. Angel Ramos. While they're taking pictures, I'd like to tell you that Nestor received first chair for alto saxophone. He is now a two-time All-State musician, and he is a senior and member of the Martin High School Band. And last year, as a junior, Nestor received a first chair in the 5A division, marking this his second time receiving this distinguished honor. Nestor Holguín. Next up, we have Carlos Carrion Gonzalez of Nixon High School. Gonzalez, who's a senior, garnered a fourth chair and was named All-State B-flat clarinet musician in the 5A division. This is Carlos' first time being selected to perform as a member of the TMEA All-State Band. He is also a student at the Trevino Magnet School. And joining him tonight are his assistant band director, Mr. Hector Navarro. I see Ms. Hinojosa and of course, Mr. Ramos, and assistant principal, Ms. Moreno, Ms. Lizzie Moreno. So Nestor and Carlos performed this past weekend together in San Antonio on stage. Okay, and for the third consecutive year, Isabella Lopez, a soprano one choir singer at the Vidal M. Trevino School of Communications and Fine Arts, was selected as a member of the TMEA All-State Mixed Choir. Isabella Lopez. Isabella received a second chair in the area finals, earning her a spot in the 2023 TMEA All-State Mixed Choir concert. This achievement makes her a three-time All-State musician. Last year, as a junior, she received a first chair. And as a sophomore, Isabella received an eighth chair, making this her third time receiving this distinguished honor. She also performed last weekend in San Antonio at the TMEA convention. Isabella is a senior at Nixon High School. And here joining her is also her choir instructor, Ms. Celia Hernandez. Congratulations. And now we move on to the school district's top speller. After 11 exciting rounds with LISD's top spellers, Farias Elementary School fifth grade student Victoria Salazar was declared the first place winner of the 2023 LISD Spelling Bee contest. She was also declared the first place winner at last year's Spelling Bee. Victoria aced this year's Spelling Bee with some really difficult words. Here with Victoria are her spelling coach, or the assistant school principal, Ms. Yvonne Valdez. And her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Salazar, welcome. Victoria, along with LISD's top spellers from each elementary and middle school, will be competing in the region-wide spelling bee sponsored by the Laredo Morning Times and the Literacy Volunteers of America. And that spelling bee is on Saturday, March 26 at Laredo College. Go get them, Victoria. Now, at this time, the Instructional Television Department would like to show you a video of our top winners from the recent chess tournament and our Tech Expo winners. So if you please pay close attention to our video, to our screen.
Today we are celebrating the 16th Annual Student Technology Exposition here at Don Jose Gallego Elementary School. We have over 300 pre-K to 12th grade students who will be showcasing their digital literacy skills. We are so very grateful for all of our technology sponsors and all of our instructional technology team members for making this event a huge success. Of course, with this event, we always select a theme, and this year the theme is Technology is at the Heart of Everything.
Fun times at LISD. We have great kids and great teachers. And finally, the Cigarroa High School cheerleaders won top honors. Yay! The Cigarroa High School cheerleaders won top honors at one of the most prestigious cheerleading competitions in the nation, the National Cheerleading Association High School Nationals. And that was held in Dallas recently. The Mighty Toros were the only high school cheer team from Laredo to be named national champions, and they placed in the top 5 in the entire nation. The team of 19 athletes and 6 alternates competed in the intermediate, non-tumbling, large varsity crowd performance division and performed 2 zero deduction routines. After 2 intense days of competition, they finished first out of 5 teams in the nation with a final score of 97.6. Here, representing the Toros, are members of the cheer team and their cheerleading sponsor and head coach, Natalie Ramirez, and their school principal, Mr. Jose Isnaola. Go Toros. Fight, fight, fight. Fight, fight, fight. Three cheers for the Toros. Yay! Woohoo! And board members, Dr. Rios, that concludes tonight's board recognitions. Thank you.
Bye, girls. Now we have public forum. Just need the form back.
Yeah. No, I can call now. While we do that, I'd like to mark Dr. Gil Martinez present for the record. Okay, we'll do it the other way. All righty, so we have several speakers here today. First speaker would be Kayla Escobar. As is noted, we have 3-minute rule. I will, let me know when to start, and I will let you know when time's up.
Can you please read what I wrote on the sign-in, sir?
Yes, Ms. Kayla Escobar, Laredo MHS Coalition, board members need to give directive to investigate all allegations.
Thank you. Mr. Garza, you claim that we have no backbone to talk to you, when in fact you have no backbone to meet with our coalition committee, where we can address the needs for the LISD or JROTC program. You refuse to attend grievance hearings against you by students, parents, and Mr. Ruiz. To date, you have not placed an agenda item or investigation or called a meeting with us to address and find a solution. Why are you here if you ignore students, parents, and you insult us when you make comments about us? You, sir, have no backbone. We were here the last time, and my son was here. When you say we post idiotic comments, is there not an LISD rule to respect public comments? If you had a backbone, you would respond to all our Facebook posts, but you will not, because you know that we are right. The public will eat you alive. social media is the gateway to hell. That's what you refuse to respond, right? So I invite you to instead at the end of these meetings insult us, hear us out a little bit. We are here, like you saw today. How many women and men get a certificate in every meeting? Because I can bet you can, every meeting, congratulate a veteran. And our JROTC program are our future veterans. Thank you.
Next person is Mr. Anthony Toyes. LISD Board needs to give directive to find solutions. Student.
Can you say what it says on the representing?
I just did. I'll do it again. LISD needs to give directive to find a solution.
But I did not write that. I representing myself.
Somebody wrote this. I'm just reading what somebody wrote. Student, LISD needs to give
Alright.
directive to find solution.
All right, that's fine. For the record, I wrote this myself. No one wrote it for me. Last year, JRTC refused to recognize our #1 parent volunteer. In addition to that, you changed the rules so he would not be able to attend the military by not allowing guests. But you allowed Rick Garza, who has not done nothing for the program other than giving districting funds, prayers, money, where he gave himself credit around cadets that did not know it wasn't his money, but our money being returned back to the students. New board members, I have something to say to you. Don't make the same mistake the last board members did and what they did to me last year. They violated my rights, freedom of speech, by an audio recording that I worked hard to get, look for. Don't make the same mistake, because trust me, we will expose you for what you did. And second, the Zero Hour program that we have in RTC is no longer there anymore. Some of our cadets, like the staff over there, they don't care about the people who want to be in RTC in the Zero Hour program. They don't understand that they can't be in the classroom. They just don't understand. For some reason, they don't. And another thing. Our students have lost hype. You provide us with sergeants after sergeant after sergeant, and clearly you can't give us a sergeant that gives us hype because we don't have hype anymore. We lost that hype. We don't have no more hype anymore. We're not hyperactive. We don't have that energy that we did last year with Sergeant Martinez. That's it.
Next speaker is Mr. Valentin Ruiz, taxpayer, stakeholder, LISD board needs and give directive on all allegations, need to address, investigate all allegations.
Let me start my timer just so I can be. Okay, I'm ready. Mr. Rick Garza, you have a plan, but the only thing that I have noticed is you made Colonel F destroy what Sergeant Martinez built. We started a satellite JROTC program at Kristen Middle School, and now it no longer exists. You destroyed a strong Raider program at Martin High School that we were recognized and invited to go nationally. Last month, you gave Nixon $75,000 for electronics, and Ms. Ayala says it's for brick and mortar. What is it? Some of you board members don't even know what you voted into. When Martin High School lost their computers, and in 10 years, they have not been replaced. Middle school staff worked longer hours. They were conned into promises of no super Saturdays. And high school and elementary teachers work less That's not fair. We have to take a half day off to get license plates or to go to doctor's appointments. Police and security still have not received training for Stop the Bleed nor IFACs to save students' lives from bleeding out, dead, like they did in Uvalde. You're voting on tactical equipment. What is that? I want to see the transparency. What are you talking about? Students are not safe in school. 5 rapes reported at Nixon High School is 5 too many. Our students are not safe. And there's so much more for me to talk about. Where is the transparency? Why aren't our people informed? Still, LIC staff, no COLA, no raises. You haven't put it up for public discussions. Solutions that I come with. Vets like me in our district, send us to the police academy and save on salaries. Pay me the same salary you give me now as a teacher aide. And I'll guarantee you there are veterans out there serving in LISD that could outrun and outshoot and finish the obstacle course faster than the half of the police force that you have right now. I want free meals for all staff. It's time to stop. Okay, we talked about it. Get it done. You give the teachers work, the staff work. At least give them free food. While HR and the super always get raises first. Grievance complaint process, we need reform. Allow students and parents to make police reports in LPD as they do in the military because of what happened to Vanessa Guillen. There's a lot of cover-ups in the district. The district is only protecting the district. Do you have the backbone to create change?
You got your time, but I'll let you finish your thought. Please.
Thank you very much, sir. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. I request that you relinquish your $75,000 discretionary funds and give it back to the students' needs, like JROTC and the special ed program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Last person, Mr. Sergio Martinez, taxpayer. Item 8, bullying.
Good morning.
And item 11.
Good evening, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the board, and Superintendent Rio. Pleasure to be here before you. 2 things concern me. One is I have a current case with bullying. I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but it's amazing that it happens even in the primary. You need to address this issue. You need to let the community know that there is a problem. Thank you very much. There's the child that was affected. A matron came and told me that the child blurted to her that he wants to kill himself. Why? Because he's being bullied. Why? Because the child was, not to brag, but he was a student of the month, A honor roll, coming back from the holidays, and then scholar of the month. Then he had a birthday, threw a party for the whole class, gave presents to everybody there at his grade level and teachers, all the 4 teachers he has. And apparently all of that is taken with jealousy and not approval by other students there. And these are the kids that are going to Harmony or be going to another district. You need to keep them there. You need to address the issue of bullying and do it fast. Within 3 days, make it a policy. You're updating your policy. Within 3 days, have parents for both the child that's affected and the ones that are doing the bullying. Bring them in. Sort it out. Find out why those other students are harassing and bullying this child. There's been no violence. There's been no assaults by anybody. But we need to hurry up and deal with those problems and put a stop to it as soon as possible. And let the parents of those children that are bullying the other child know that if it continues, they're going to be expelled. You need to stop it. The other thing that I want to address is, I see on your item, I saw it that on the agenda that you were worried about, or you're doing the right thing in electing and appointing a new secretary. But I saw no urgency whatsoever of scheduling the new election to replace the board member that resigned. I saw no urgency. We need to do it. People in District 2, and I'm affected by it, have no representation on the board. None whatsoever. You're making decisions that affect their pocketbooks, and we saw what happened with the appraisal district this past year. Taxes going up tremendously, ridiculously high. And in a state when we had inflation, didn't make sense. As a practicing attorney, I handled a lot of protests. Let's schedule a filing deadline. Have a meeting, call a special meeting, 3 days notice, get together, put some deadlines, schedule filing deadlines, schedule a election deadline. It's very simple. There's no runoff for the school district. Whoever gets the highest votes wins. But let's get it done. And
That's the time.
with that, respect with that election, I urge you not to appoint anybody. Let everybody start from scratch. Let everybody have a fair chance of winning and getting elected. Don't appoint anybody. Make it, everybody has to run. Those that file are going to have to run an election immediately. Thank you very much. I commend you for your work. One more suggestion. Maybe we could put signs where the Yeary boardroom is at. I don't see anything on the outside. Guess what, Superintendent Rios? I'm from El Cuatro neighborhood. 3 blocks away, I attended Urban Elementary, and I drove all the way over there. I had a senior moment, and I don't apologize, I'm 74, but I had a senior moment, and then I said, what am I doing here? There's nobody. Oh, Civic Center. There you go. Anyway, so I'm sorry, that's why I was late, Mr. President, and that's why I asked you to please put me so I could address those 2 items. Seriously, thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much. All those who spoke, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
We're gonna put the board communications at the end. Item number 1, Dr. Rios.
Sorry. Item number 1, sorry. Item number 1 is part of the consent agenda.
Is there a motion on the floor?
Move.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, any discussion?
Aye.
Aye.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item number 2.
Okay,
Item number 2? No, wait a minute,
so now we're gonna
You
go,
do it.
It's
you want-
consent, so we can just go, Mr. Garza. Read through it.
Okay,
all
there
the
you go.
items.
All right.
okay.
I move to approve.
I move to approve item number 2, 3,
3A, 3B.
4, 3A, 3B, 3C, 3D, item 4, 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E, 4F, 4G, 4H, 4I, 4J. Item number 5, item number 6, item number 7, item number 8, and item number 9. I move that we approve.
Is there a motion? There's a second?
With discussion, please. A second with discussion.
Which item would you like to discuss, Mr. Lopez?
3D,
Okay, you have the floor.
yes, I'd just like a commitment from the Board of Trustees. The $70,000 was for K Tarver Elementary School, and I hope that when our new fiscal year begins, we can find the money to fulfill the project that had been previously approved by this Board of Trustees and fulfill the request that K Tarver has made.
Thank you. There's a motion, there's a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion passes.
So now
Consent agenda, or regular
No, no,
agenda
no,
now?
no. No, we need to, oh, yeah. We did up to number 9, right?
Yes.
Okay.
May I proceed?
Item
Madam
number 10,
President?
Dr. Rios?
Item number 10, discussion and presentation on the Laredo ISD's instructional continuity plan, including CTE program internships, the accountability update, Spring Star assessment, excuse me, Spring Star assessment preparations. We have had a very busy beginning of the spring semester, and we're moving on. I would like to commend Ms. Oralia Hinojosa Cortez over there. She did a great job in presenting to you at Curriculum and Instruction an accountability update. We will be having accountability updates because the accountability manual is changing for the 2022-23 school year. So good job, ladies and gentlemen, trustees, for your attention as we move forward. The state is changing some other things. We did a brief overview, so I would like to thank her as well as CNI for that presentation. Moving on, I would like to also tell you that at this point, we've already continued with a more enhanced set of preparations for our STAR assessments at the high school as well as the elementary and the middle school. And I would like to remind you to please, as we move forward in this spring semester, as our principals have requested, as our departments have requested, our focus needs to be on the success of our students. So there will be a CNI meeting that is going to be in the afternoon. We are not requesting that our principals be here for the purpose that we really want them to focus and take their time to continue with preparations at the campus level. That is going to also be the case for our March meetings. You know that testing has already begun in some ways for TELPAS, and as we move towards March and April, we will begin our STAR assessment. So I hope that you can support that decision. Last but not least, this is CTE, or Career and Technical Education Month, and we'd like to highlight for you some of the many things that we are doing. We did go out on a little field trip to see our students in actual internships, and again, I would like for you to please take this opportunity to visit to see what's going on in our video presentation. And again, there's going to be another video presentation later on featuring some more internships.
Laredo ISD prepares all of our students for college, career, or military readiness. Our students are the heart of this community and the future leaders of tomorrow.
It's a great program. I graduated with my license. It is kind of hard as in working. It's amazing. You learn. You get your experience by doing this.
It's a great opportunity, and I feel privileged to be here, honestly, because I'm learning way more things, more real life stuff that actually people want in a salon.
I think that it was very different from learning in school, because here I know her and stuff like that, so I know that it's fine to make mistakes, you're practicing, right? But when we come here, we have to already know what we're doing, and it's very different from real life in school. So I think it was a very big shock when we're learning things that we didn't really learn in school, and that we can learn here thanks to the owner.
I always wanted to be a veterinarian doctor, and overall being here made it 100 times much better. I always wanted to help animals, so it's been my passion.
Having to be able to be more sociable along with other people, how to get information, grab information about the animals and how their history, their background, how they've done along with other clinics.
It's been a great experience, and they taught us many ways that everybody learns differently, and we have to adapt ourselves to how they teach.
It's really helped me learn a lot about teaching. I have been taking extra classes, dual enrollment, and I've learned a lot about how to become a teacher and how to help others, how to teach others as well. And I thank them so much for letting me come here and experience it hands-on.
I really like helping people in need. It's a nice way to stay humble. But in general, I just like, I like to do what I can. It is a good program. I did give it a chance, and I say other people should. It is a very good program to get your degree, get a kind of certifications for stuff, for construction, HVAC, anything in general. And yeah, I just say give this a chance. It's very good, very helpful.
My name is Elizabeth Varpen. I currently attend Martin High School, and I am in the culinary arts. Today we started off learning a new skill of screwing grapes. We are learning little by little, so it does take time, but we are learning how to decorate and make some cool designs.
So with that being said, our veterinary interns will be getting their certification. There's 9 students who are practicing at the veterinary clinic right across. Don't know the exact name of that one, but we did visit. we also have our students that are actually teacher assistants. And so I do want to tell you one real quick. There's this 6-foot little kid, young man. And so I'm saying, oh, you're going to be a teacher? And so this young man goes, oh, ma'am, that's plan B. I'm an engineering student. However, I plan to be a substitute and take care of myself. And so we do have 4 elementaries where our kids are interning. We also have students at Habitat for Humanity. We've got our PTech students. So next time that we have another video, we're going to show you our Dennis D. Cantu students on their rotations and some other internships. This is something that I'm very proud of. I do want to commend all of our C&I staff, and in particular, our Career and Technical Education Department. There's interns also within our district, and you're going to see more of that. And one of the items that you passed is actually that memorandum of understanding with Kaizen, so that our kids can actually begin part of their practice in our law or legal agencies. So with that being said, may I proceed to the second item?
Yes,
please.
Okay, so this is item number 11, discussion and possible action to nominate and elect a secretary of the Board of Trustees due to vacancy created by the resignation of trustee for District 2.
On this item, I would like to nominate Dr. Gilberto Martinez. I'm sorry. Is there a motion?
I'll second that.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any against? Motion passes. For item number 12, I want to table that item for further discussion.
So you need to have a motion.
I move that we table item number 12.
There's a motion. Do we have a second?
Seconded.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item number 13, Dr. Rios?
Item number 13. Right before I say this, just remember that there was a change in the revenues, and so that's why these amendments are in the regular agenda.
Okay.
Discussion and possible action on the following budget amendments. 13A, BA number 2223-39, discussion and possible action to approve the General Operating Fund 199 budget amendment in the net amount of $6,731,565 to appropriate local revenue increase in the amount of $222,868, increase in state revenues in the amount of $6,731,565, increase in federal revenues in the amount of $510,000, and increase in expenditures by $732,868 to fund dual enrollment tuition and fees in the amount of $180,000, maintenance department operating expenditures in the amount of $150,000, transportation department fleet operating accounts for $229,822, and fuel in the amount of $173,046.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item number may I proceed?
Yes, please.
Item 13B, BA number 2223-40, discussion and possible action to approve the General Operating Fund 199, the Capital Projects Fund 616, the Dennis Nixon Performing Arts Center Fund 490, the Athletics Fund 181, budget amendment in the amount of $1,240,000 to appropriate local revenue increase in the amount of $1 million, an increase in federal revenues in the amount of $240,000 to fund $950,000 in the Capital Projects Fund for the Cigarroa Middle Project, $50,000 in the Dennis Nixon Performing Arts Center Fund due to loss of rental revenue, and $240,000 in the Athletics Fund 181 for student travel, helmet reconditioning, and game personnel costs.
Is there a motion?
Motion for that.
Is there a second?
Seconded.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Dr. Rios?
Item number 13C.
Motion passes, by the way, sorry.
Okay.
13C?
BA number 2223-41, discussion and possible action to approve the General Operating Fund 199 budget amendment in the amount of $10,525 as a result of transfers between functional expenditure categories and Board of Trustees discretionary funds.
Is there a motion?
Madam President, I would like to make Well,
Let's do
yes,
the motion, a
second.
second. There's a motion, second? Is there a second?
I second.
There's a motion and a second, Mr. Ramirez?
Yes,
Discussion?
I would like to make a motion to amend item 13C in discretionary funding to include the following. Number one would be $4,028 for transportation for Christian Middle School, $4,028 for Martin High School, science clubs for both Martin and Kristen.
Mr. Ramirez?
Yes.
Does he have the amounts available?
Yes, I do.
Miss,
Oh, here, the bottom half. He does.
she's got it. Miss Jessica has
And
it.
Oh, okay.
may I proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. Also, $2,176 for Christian Science Club, $4,608 for Martin Science Club, $100 for the parental liaison for Martin High School, Christian Middle School, Farias Elementary, Santa Maria Elementary, and Landecker Elementary parental liaisons.
So, yes. So you're saying parental liaison, you're talking about costs for that program?
Yes, and specifically to purchase some ice chairs so they can have the availability to have cold drinks for the parents that attend the schools on a daily basis. And also $150 for the chess teams for Martin High School, Farias Elementary, Santa Maria Elementary, Landecker Elementary, and Christian Middle School for meals for the April 1st chess tournament. And also $800 for Martin High School for a fan bus for the upcoming playoff game for the basketball team.
Can somebody give us the amount so we can amend the motion?
That will be a total amount of combined will be $27,415.
As amended, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Dr. Rios, can you please read 14, 15, 16, since they are closed session items? And-
May I?
Yes, please.
Item number 14, discussion and possible action to renew Administrator Chapter 21 one-year term contracts for the school year 2023-2024 as recommended by the superintendent. Possible closed session pursuant to the Texas Government Code, Section 551.074A1. Number 15, discussion and possible action to approve renewal of Administrator Chapter 21 probationary contracts for a second year for the school year 2023-2024 as recommended by the superintendent. Possible closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074A1. And number 16, discussion and possible action to approve the recommendation to hire the following professional position. Possible closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 elementary school assistant principal.
Is there a motion to go executive?
We go into executive session.
Seconded.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It is 6:28, and we're going into executive session. We're out of executive session. It is 6:57. There's no action taken. Dr. Rios?
Item number 14, discussion and possible action to renew Administrator Chapter 21 one-year term contracts for the school year 2023-2024. Madam President and trustees, I recommend the list as presented to you.
Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the list as noted by Dr. Rios.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion, a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Item number 15, Dr. Rios?
Item number 15, discussion and possible action to approve renewal of Administrator Chapter 21 probationary contracts for a second year for the school year 2023-24. Madam President and trustees, I recommend that you please approve those as listed.
I move that we approve the recommendation as noted by Dr. Rios.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Dr. Rios?
Item number 16, discussion and possible action to approve the recommendation to hire the following professional position: elementary school assistant principal at Santa Maria. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to recommend Ms. Virginia Juarez.
I move that we approve the recommendation as noted by Dr. Rios.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
There's a motion. There's a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Ms. Castillon, item 17.
Thank you, Madam President. LISD students will have the day off this Friday, February 17th, because it's a staff development day for our employees. LISD schools and administrative offices will be closed on President's Day, which is Monday, February 20th. LISD is celebrating Texas Public Schools Week on Wednesday, February 22nd at all of our elementary and secondary campuses. February 22nd is also Report Card Day for our elementary schools and middle school students, and February 22nd is Progress Report Day at our high schools. A budget workshop is set for Thursday, February 22nd at 5:30 p.m. Also, on Thursday, February 23rd, the Child Nutrition Program is sponsoring its Iron Chef competition. It's a plant-based Iron Chef competition, and that'll be here in the Nelson Conference Room. Student Services Committee is scheduled for Monday, February 27th at 11 a.m., and that's going to be followed by the district's Operations and School Safety Committee meeting at 5:30. The opening ceremony for the Special Olympics will be held on Tuesday, February 28th at 8:45 a.m. at the UISD SAC. Secondary schools compete for Special Olympics beginning Wednesday, March the 1st at 8:45 a.m. at the SAC. Elementary schools compete on Thursday, March the 2nd at 8:45 a.m. And of course, all the athletes will be celebrating here with a special dance in the Nelson Conference Room. The Curriculum and Instruction Committee meeting will be held on Tuesday, February 28th at 3:30 p.m., followed by a board workshop. The Business and Support Services Committee meeting is set for Thursday, March the 2nd at 5:30 p.m. A board workshop is on the calendar for Thursday, March the 6th at 5:30 p.m. And finally, we have a public hearing on Thursday, March the 9th at 5:15 p.m., followed by the regular board meeting. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Castillon. Now we have board communications. We're going to start off with Dr. Gilbert Martinez.
Thank you, Madam President. This time I am prepared. I want to apologize for saying I didn't know that we had an opportunity to address the audience and everybody listening at home last time. So I feel that my last two communications were brief and short, and you probably prefer it that way. I don't know, but I wanted to, if you might indulge me, I just have three things to say, and I kind of want to go back to January, and I wanted to say thank you really from the bottom of my heart to all the schools and departments who really thanked me, you know, as one of the board members for board appreciation. I do not deserve that at all, but I thank you, and like Mr. Ramirez said, I'm just here to work for you and to make the district better, but I thank you so much. And my entire family thanks you, and everyone, my neighbors, everyone, like they were all, you know, because it's just me. Secondly, I want to say that I had the opportunity to attend the Princess Pocahontas pageant this past Saturday, and our LISD students were wonderful. It was a beautiful pageant. I always, as a theater practitioner, I see it as one of our oldest plays because that's exactly what it is. It's a play and nothing more than that, but it was very well put on, and especially our LISD students did really well. I would like to see, I don't know how that works, but I would like to see, VMT was represented and Nixon was represented. Ms. Castillon, I don't know if there were any other students from other schools. That was it. But I wouldn't mind seeing students from Cigarroa and Martin High School in the future, and whatever we can do to, because I know it's not a cheap thing, but if we can find our community members to sponsor them in the future, I think that would be a great thing, because especially for that organization, they give a lot back to the community, and it would be nice to see all our students represented there. But the ones that were there on Saturday could have made us all proud, or did make us all proud. It was wonderful. And the last thing I just want to say is happy WBCA week and month, and I hope everyone gets a chance to kind of recharge and reflect this weekend, and that's it. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Martinez. Mr. Lopez?
Just to say thank you once again to all of you, and to those that are not present here tonight. The number one question I get when I'm out and about is, hey, how's it going? And I say it's a big learning curve for me, and all of you have made it a lot easier by sharing the knowledge that you have and by being as forthright and as honest as you can be. And so once again, that's a message that I've been repeating over these last few weeks. So I thank you and I appreciate you and all that you do for this school district and for our students. For those that come and complain, I don't understand the entire grievance process, but I do encourage that they exercise their right to file grievances. If it's a matter that's more serious, I encourage them to file charges and let the appropriate authorities investigate these allegations, so that if someone has done something criminal, they can be prosecuted, and if they haven't, they can have their name cleared. On a final note, I want to thank Ms. Ramirez for being so patient tonight and blessing us with her presence. Thank you.
Ms. Orduño?
I want to echo exactly what Mr. Lopez said. People do ask, how is it up there? And it's just different. Okay, it's different. It's a learning curve also. But I do want to tell you, a couple of years ago, we had Up and to the Right, and that's what we want. We want to continue doing that with our district, up and to the right. We want to have transparency, definitely, so that we don't get accused of, there's not enough transparency here. We want to have that transparency. We want to be proactive. You have heard of me saying, I am a person with proactive. So that's what I need. When it comes to WBCA, we are number 40 on Saturday. Make sure you cheer for our kiddos, our special kids, and myself. Yes, I will not walk, but my gordito will be dancing away in the street. So, and he loves it. Salió bien guatoso from his dad, I'm pretty sure. Okay, but thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you, Ms. Orduño. Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. First of all, I would like to thank everybody that is here present this evening, and to everybody that's listening to us online or will be viewing this video later on. Thank you for everything you do. Mil gracias del todo el fondo de mi corazón por todo lo que hacen. It takes a team to build a dynasty, and this is what it's all about. You are that team. You are the team members that make it happen. We're up here to give you your support that you need, but all the hard work is you all that do it every single day. And I want to congratulate the Nixon Mustangs for having a successful district championship yesterday, to the Lady Toros for their by-district championship win. And I want to wish the best of luck to our Martin Tigers basketball team on the playoffs and everybody in the playoffs. And we're here, like my colleagues say, we're here to represent you. We're here to represent our community, and we're here to do the best we can. We're just here to support you. And one final note, Madam President, it's a concern that I have that I would like to bring it up, that I feel that there's constituencies of District 2 that need representation up here. And I think we should bring this item later on in the next meeting or in a special call meeting, either to make a decision to call a special election or to appoint somebody. But I think this is something that needs to be done. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Mr. Garza?
Thank you. I want to echo what Mr. Orduño said and Mr. Lopez and Dr. Gill and Mr. Ramirez down the line, everybody. I'm so happy that that this is a form of expression, this last part that we get to speak to the community about what we're doing. And you know, the whole process is well done. I mean, we didn't just do this. We're not reinventing plutonium here, people. We're doing things the way we've been doing them because we have methods that work. We put in hundreds of thousands of hours collectively to try and make things better for LISD, and it shows. And by doing that, you know, we have people that come in here and just berate and speak and everything. No disrespect to them. I love that they get the opportunity in the greatest country in the world to speak their mind. And I don't have anything personally against them, and I never will. But I'll give them those 3 minutes every single time because I want them to speak. But this is the difference. The difference is called a word called credibility. We have all the credibility in the world here. We've crossed our T's, we've dotted our I's. I personally have given thousands upon thousands of my hours, personal hours, on every program. And I don't have to justify it to people like they're saying on Facebook. God bless them. And on Facebook, you want to be in there, that's fine. To me, it's gossip-filled. There's gossip mongering. There's people with no credibility that are just speaking and are just saying what they spew out into the ethosphere. And that's on them. That's not on me. They have to answer to a higher God. I'm not here to judge anybody. But I will be here to protect everybody and anybody that comes here to badmouth our programs. I'm looking at our police chief. You ought to see what she's done since she's been here. And to have somebody say that they can do better than them, probably, but you got to get there. The chief has earned her stars and her stripes to be there, and she's provided us a force that we can all be proud of. We get tested on a daily basis, and a lot of people don't know this. We get tested on a daily basis, campus per campus. And we get to hear some of the things that are going on. Hey, man, it's a moving target. There are kids out there that are misbehaving. There are kids out there that are getting bullied. There are kids that are just not doing what they're supposed to. It is our job to bring it all together and keep it moving forward and do everything per our policies and procedures that are proven method, that are step by state law, step by step, crossing our T's and dotting our I's, so we can make sure that every kid receives the justice and support that they need to do better. And that goes along with everybody that we do things here at LISD. We promote and we provide every kid the opportunity to be great. We also do that for every single employee. So, you know, we can be out here, and like I said, God love them. You know, I want to spend more time speaking of what they want to talk about, but been there, done that. I've provided them with open door, spoken to everybody that I can. I have a family that is very supportive with what I do, and I've given up, thousands of hours that belongs to them to hear everybody out. Rightfully so, no les tengo miedo a nadie. I just need to figure out how it is I can help you. But sometimes the answer is no. And sometimes you have to move on. And sometimes you have to keep yourself and your dignity intact so that you can be there for other people. And therefore, that's what I'm doing today. I'm not here to talk bad about anything. If they have a fight or a bone to pick with society about other things, that's on them. But I am here for the kids at LISD collectively. You know, yeah, are there some things that go wrong? Sure, absolutely. I mean, I don't think anybody in this room has not been wronged in their lives. Mm-hmm. My dad used to say, just be in the forehead and say, go on, mijito, sometimes life is not fair. Go out and do the best you can. And that's it. Simple. But we cannot be bogged down by things that people are saying. We know that what we're doing here is correct and right. I would encourage anybody that goes up to the podium to do their homework, to make sure that what they speak of is truth, to make sure that it's factual, that homework has been done, time has been added, so that we can appropriately respond. But the fact is that I've worked my behind off for the last 10 years to bring credibility to this board. I'll continue to do that. And credibility, because I was raised that way, is the number one factor. Your honor, your integrity, your credibility, your discipline, and fulfilling the obligation that you have to your community. And that's what I do. So, on that note, I'll leave it at that. Congratulations to my Mighty Mustangs. They did it again, you know. And just for the history behind it, this is the first year, I think they come back to 5A. We got berated. We got thrown through the coals. Our students that went to 6A for the last couple of years, they stood up and fought like true champions. They lost and they lost. They got knocked down and they got knocked down, but they kept on getting up. That is the true spirit of LISD. It transfers over because the kids from Martin are the same and Ciarroa kids are the same. And that's, you know, now we're at 5A. Now we can rightfully say that we belong here and we can move on for them. They weren't crying. I never heard a parent cry, why are we moving to 6A? They just took it like men and moved on. The girls, and every aspect, one act play, everything. We had to compete with schools that have more money, that have more students, that have more resources. We just stayed there quietly and moved on. Our credibility is solid here. It's not on the line. We've done everything that we're supposed to because of everybody in this room, the way we work, the way we bring our game every single day. Our hustle, we don't get outworked and we don't get out hustled. That's the mantra. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Garza. And I want to take this moment to thank everyone, obviously, from the bottom of my heart and my families, for you all being there during a very, very hard time in my life. And I don't bestow against no one. And yes, it is true, my husband passed away January 27th, and I was away from the board till today at 4:30 p.m. that I decided to come back. Last week, I still did not feel that I needed to be back. I was not 100% to answer the questions of my colleagues that are, you know, so anxiously awaiting for the appointment or an election for this upcoming District 2 chair. I was gonna do that in January or maybe the beginning of, but due to the circumstance of what I was going through, I did ask Mr. Garza to replace me in the meantime and just wait for me while I came back. So with that, thank you all so very much, you know, for giving me the space and the time that I so needed, the space and the time that my children needed, and that we needed to regroup as a family. It is important. I lost a partner for 27 years that I was married to since I was 15 years old. So this is not going to be an easy transition for me. But what I can tell you is I am trying my very, very bestest to give the best that I can of my person, of what I know of District 7, of being a resident of District 7 for 42 years, and understanding the needs and the necessities of that area, because I grew up, I walked those streets, I walked to school, I came back from school. And yes, I was a very proud Lady Toro too. And that showed me to be a fighter. And that's exactly what I do in this board. And I do it with a lot of pride and with a lot of heart. And I am a person that is transparent. I am a person that believes that education is what's going to lead my kids to the next level. That is why, the reason why they have been my hugest inspiration to continue my higher education degree. Because they are the ones that have pushed me to do so. Because I cannot bestow something on them if I have not done it myself. So that is the reason behind I continue and I serve very proudly as a board member. It took me 4 years to become your president. And I'm so thankful to this entire board that gave me this opportunity. And believe me that I do it with a lot of heart. And I do it with a lot of transparency as well. Today at 4:30 in the afternoon, this is the time I walked into any LISD facility because I just did not feel well to be back. Because it is hard for me. It is my husband. So all I want to say is congratulations to Ciarroa High School. Obviously, Ciarroa High School has done turnkey in a lot of things, not only sports, because they've done it in the Science Fair project, they've done it in robotics winning state, they've done it in the Congressional App Challenge. They've done so many things that Ciarroa High School has just uproared everything, everything. But it's like I say, once we start, working together and believing is the important key. It's like I always tell the kids, I believe in you. I believe because I do. And it starts up with everything together, and I'm just so, so proud of those kids because they do amazing, amazing things. And I'm just so happy when I'm able to see them. This past year, I do want to send my sincerest apologies for not being there and a lot of things that I wish I could. I was taking care of my husband. But at the same time, trying to be a focused board member and coming to vote on decisions that were very, very important and crucial for their educational pathways, for their educational facilities that I remember I went and fought so hard for Ciarroa Middle School because United did not want to give me that land. They did not want to redistrict. And I went and I sat there and I gave them the reasons why. And that is why we're able to build that remarkable school that's coming. But I couldn't have done that alone. I did it with a board that believed in visions and in missions and in goals. And that is the reason why we're here today, to continue that. And all I want to say is thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for all that you do. Congratulations to Ciarroa. Congratulations to Ciarroa Middle, to all the schools. Just congratulations and happy belated, happy Valentine's Day. Con mucho amor de parte de mí para ustedes. So with that, pass it over to our superintendent of schools.
Well, thank you so much for all of the support that you give. I know everybody's on a learning curve, including us. We're learning about you, and you're learning about us, and we welcome you into our place. It is our place because you add to it. But we're very, very cognizant of the fact that you do support us and that you do provide that vision that we have for each of our students. And so we're going to continue working. And I do want to say one more thing. In your notebook, no, maybe not notebook, folder, you have this. The reason that I put it in there, because there were questions, and as Mr. Lopez, you talked about being able to say, this is an answer to the last presentation, that it was not a bond project. It was, we did about, I think it was 87 presentations in English and in Spanish. This one is dated January 25th, 2018. The way the bond came about, or the proposal came about, was through discussion with the Board of Trustees, campus administration, and then after that proposal was set, it was then shared with the public, then the public voted. Please take a few minutes on your own time and look and see what was presented. We're very proud of our schools, and we're looking forward to our kids having a lot of fun in the parade. Y'all are gonna see that. It's awesome. So, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rios. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
Order,
One
point
more?
Point of order, yes.
I have one announcement that I failed to make, excuse me. This just in. The Cigarroa Girls versus McCallan-Nicky Rowe game is scheduled for this Friday at 6 p.m. at Valfurias High School. I thought you'd want to know that. And we'll know more about the boys' teams. We'll find out on Saturday morning. Thank you.
Thank you. There's a motion. Is there a second?
There was a second.
There's a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Meeting adjourned.